Trimester One to Treat. So this series of exercises is all about improving your posture, relieving any aches and pains, not necessarily from pregnancy, but just day to day. We're still working quite a lot, probably feel pretty crappy in this first trimester. So we are going to just move slowly, stretch out anything that might feel like it needs it, and just to give you more space to move. So you're going to start in standing with your feet and knees hip width apart. Push your feet down into the floor. And we're going to really ground down into the mat. So lift your toes, press the balls of your feet down, then rest your toes gently down onto the floor. Imagine your head is full of helium. Let it float up towards the sky, lifting up and off of your shoulders. Reach your fingertips down by your side. All right, now left side. Shrug your shoulder up towards your ear. Slide it down the outside of your leg and hold it here. Put a little bend in your knees. Bend your knees as far forward as you can before your heels come up. Bring your right arm up and over to exaggerate that side bend. Then reach through that side, straighten your legs, bring your arm down by your side. Let's take it into the opposite side. Big shrug, up and down. Bend down to the outside, bend your knees, keep your heels on the ground. Left arm comes up and over. Breathe into that space you create. Breathe out, come all the way back up. Let's do one more. Remember, you come back to here with your head lifted. Other side, big shrug, bend down, soft bend in your knees, arm comes up and over. Just hold it here. We're going to add in some circles. You're going to drop that hand down in front of you, looking down at it. Circle it all the way up and over. And as you bring it up and over, you go bending a little bit more. And again, all the way around, up and over, breathing into that twist. Breathing out all the way back down, breathe into that twist. Press all the way back up to stand. We're going to take it around the other way. Big shoulder shrug. Drop down to the right, bend in your knees, left arm comes up and over. Breathing into that stretch. And 3 arm circles all the way around. Lift up through your waist. Circle it all the way around. Last one. Bring it all the way up to stand. Now press your palms together. Grow tall through the crown of your head. Lift your toes again for me one more time. Ground the balls of your feet and your heels into the ground, and then rest your toes down. Keep your pelvis pointing forward and spine twist round to the left, keeping your fingers in front of your chest. Then come back into the middle and take it round to the right. So you can see we don't go very far. I'm really tempted to spin my whole body and bring it all the way around to face you. You see how my pelvis is followed? I'm going to keep my pelvis forwards and just twist my mid back. Coming all the way around, breathing out, breathe in, grow tall. Breathe out, back to the middle. And again, breathe in, grow tall. Breathe out, back to the middle. Reach your hands forwards, an even bigger twist this time. So with your left hand, you're going to reach forwards, you're going to draw a really big circle. You're going to take that arm all the way out, back behind you, and look at your fingertips. Look down, make sure your pelvis points forwards. Reach through your fingertips, bring that arm all the way up and over, point forwards. Other side, reach, up and over, reach back behind you, open your chest. Bring it all the way back and up and over. Last one each way, big circle. Keep your pelvis pointing forwards. This is all about that upper back. You can do this in seated at your desk too. Midway through your day, stop you from slouching your shoulders, keeping your tummy active. All right, now we're going to roll down into a twist. So first squeeze your chin down to your chest. Press your chin down onto your chest. Then slide your hands down your thighs, curling through your whole body. Reaching for your toes, round through your spine, and then when you get to where your hamstrings start to pull short, hold it here. Shake your head out, shake your arms out, breathe in, expand your ribs. Breathe out, bow down. Now you're going to bend your right knee, press the fingers of your right hand into the ground, and just really bend your right knee, pushing the left straight. From here, your left hand is going to open into a twist. Look up at your hands, breathing in, fingertips to the sky. Breathe out, twist and fold. Other side, breathe in. Open up. Breathe out, twist and fold. Alternating sides, bending your elbow, hand coming up to the sky. Sorry, bending your knee, not your elbow. Fold forwards, other side, fold forwards. And then hanging down here, maybe even holding onto your elbows, shake out your head, yes and no. Just enjoy that gentle stretch of your hamstrings, gravity easing you down further. And then let go with your arms, slower than you want to, unravel. Go really slow, tucking your tailbone underneath you, lifting belly button in towards your spine like you're giving your baby a really big hug with your muscles. Unravel, uncurl, come all the way up, shoulders out. Now we're going to take it into a little working sequence in 4-point. So we're going to roll down again, chin to our chest, rolling all the way down to the floor, reaching for our toes, hanging our head and our arms down here, and then bend your knees, walk forwards onto your hands and knees. So with your hands directly underneath your shoulders, your knees directly underneath your hips. I want you to hang your head and look down and in at your belly button. The crown of your head is pointing down at the floor. Tuck your tailbone, bring your belly button towards your spine, really scoot through your body. Then release, tailbone comes out first, belly drops down next, shoulder blades down next, and then stretch. Look up towards the sky so your throat comes on a big stretch and your throat gets a bit constricted. Go again the other way, chin on your chest, breastbone lifted, ribs lifted, tailbone tuck. And then release, tailbone out, tummy down, shoulders squeeze, look forwards. We're going to hold the next one and make that a little working cat stretch. Bring your chin to your chest, lift your whole body, curl, 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 curl. Hold it. Tuck your toes underneath you. You're trying to shorten this six pack. You want to keep that short. Don't let your tummy puff out. As you breathe out, float your knees up off the ground. Breathe in, knees come down, hold your cat stretch. Breathe out to lift, in to lower, out to lift, in to lower. Keep that going. So your aim is to take any load out of your lower back by shifting it into the front of your body, waking up your abs. On the next one, you're going to tuck under your toes. You're going to come into a really big cat stretch, working into it this time. Chin on your chest, shoulders rounded, tailbone tucked. From here, on your out breath, knee hover. In breath, hold. Out breath, lower. Reset. Breathe out, lift. Breathe in, hold. Breathe out, lower. So what we're working on here is taking any load out of the lower back. We are shifting it to the front of your body. We're making the abs come on. Easing out the muscle tension in the back, shifting it to the front of the body. Then if you can, we're going to come up into a hold. Little hold here, and you're going to reverse this. You're going to look forwards, untuck your tail, flat back. Cat stretch with a knee hover. All the way, come down. Go again, little knee hover, hold it. Release, flat back. Release, cat stretch. Come down only if you need to. Otherwise, go again. Flat back. Cat stretch. One last one. Flat back. Cat stretch. Hold the cat stretch, drop your knees down, release your toes, and then slowly starting to bring the weight over onto the knees, hands lifting, unraveling, unrolling, coming all the way up, shoulders opening up. Now from this position, your knees are open, your heels are together. It's going to make your butt work. It's going to start to open up the hips. Really good preparation for the trimesters to come. You're going to sit your weight back, bend at your hips, look forwards. Breathe out, pull your hips through, rise your arms up and overhead, open up the front of the hips. Breathe in, come back. Breathe out, hips through, arms up. And again, watch those ribs when you take your arms up. We know they want to pop out. Really tempting for us to fall through. But we're going to keep the rib cage directly over the top of the pelvis. That's where the tummy muscles are going to be working the most. And again, come back. Breathe out, heel squeeze, come up. Hold it here. Your left hand is going to drop down to the outside of your left knee, and you're going to side bend all the way down. Work through the middle of your body, bring your hands right back up to the center. Right hand drops down, left hand up and over. Back up and into the center. Breathe out as you bend down. Breathe in, heel squeeze, rise up. So I would love you to be in one straight line. No leaning backwards, no leaning forwards, just one straight line. Keeping the ribs in. Using your out breath to lift through belly. Just go as far as you can. Notice your shoulders once more each side. Roll your shoulders down and away from your ears. Just giving yourself some space in the upper part of the body. Arms fold down by your side. Now you're going to turn your palms open, and from here we're going to do a little set of hundreds. So I want your ear, your shoulder, your butt and your knee in one straight line. Got it? And we do small little pulses. We're going to think about the pelvic floor coming on, and we're going to hold the pelvic floor on like it's a corset wrapping through the middle of the body. Hold that corset on. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. With the heel squeezed, we're going to work a little bit deeper if you can. From the knees, you're going to start to lean back. So you're into this slight reverse plank. You load the front, glance down, the tummy should pull in. No doming forwards. That tells us the obliques are working too much. We want the front to come on. My bum is clenched, my heels are squeezed. That's what's helping it come on. You breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Collarbones open. Look dead straight. Ready? Halfway through. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Want to make that a little bit harder? Bring your hands up in front of you. It's way harder to cut the bounce. Harder still, arms up. Shoulders stay down away from your ears, whatever position you're in. Find your challenge. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're out. Your left foot is going to step forwards. Try and do that without your hands if you can. And then we're going to shoot the weight forwards, bring our arms all the way up and overhead, and then we're going to bend our elbows into a cactus. I'm going to let your ribs flare. I'm going to let your back bend and just open up the front of your body. Drop your arms down, come forwards, arms all the way up, cactus arms, lift your breastbone, back bend, arms drop down. Whole spinal mobility. Last one. All the way up and over. Elbows down. Hold it here. Now in this split lunge, make sure that the back line of your body is straight. So your ear, your shoulder, your hip, kneeling knee is all in one straight line. And then you're going to take your arms up in front. You're going to pull a bow and arrow, left elbow coming back behind you, spine twist. Breathe in, bring it forwards. Breathe out, left arm all the way back behind you. Press your foot into the ground. Breathe in forwards. You're looking at your fingertips the whole while. Breathe out, pull back. Breathe in, reach forwards. Breathe out, pull back. Breathe in forwards. You're working on this twist through the middle, wringing out the abs, opening the chest. Hold the next one for me. You're going to pull back through elbow, and then you're going to extend through fingertips. From here, I want you to lunge forwards, press back, straighten that front leg, hand to the inside of the foot. Come up to vertical, lunge forwards, open up the hip, come back, hinge forward, straight leg, come back up. So you've got this real nice dynamic stretch. You with me? Straighten the front leg and back up. And holding this twist, you've got this like static contraction of the abs. And just keep breathing. Last one in each direction. And then turn it to face the front. Good work. We're going to take that into the opposite side. So the right leg is going to step forwards. We're going to come through those big sweeping cactus arms. Lunging forwards, brushing the fingertips across the floor, back bending, bending into your elbows, lift your breastbone. Drop your arms down by your side, lunge forwards, reach your fingertips all the way up, then bend your elbows, back bend. All the way through. So we often have this tug of war going on through the front and the back of the hip, with the hip flexors and the hamstrings. I'll often hear people tell me that they have tight hamstrings or really dominant hip flexors. This is a position where you can work on both at the same time. And then you can keep your pelvis in neutral, and the rest of your back posture follows. One more. Bring it all the way down by your side. So now we're going to take it into a spine twist. So you're going to reach your arms up in front of you. With your right elbow, I want you to pull back behind you. Look out across to your right elbow and then reach it forwards. So you breathe out into your twist, pull with your elbow, breathe in and release forwards. The whole while I'm thrusting open that left hip and I'm trying to grow as tall as I possibly can. It's easy to kind of slouch into it. And you want your ear, your shoulder and the back knee all in one straight line. Think about wringing out your abs like you would a dishcloth. You work hard through the middle here to give you that twist. Hold the next one. Holding it here, open your arms into a big spine twist. Look out across to your right hand. Now you're going to take it a little bit further into a stretch here. You're going to lunge forwards, open up the left hip, press it back, straighten out the right leg and windmill down. Coming back up, lunging forwards, back through the middle, and straighten that front leg. So alternate between those positions, keeping this wrap, this static contraction through the abdominals. And you hold your balance. I'm starting to feel that wobble now. Once more in each direction. And release, turn back to face front. From here, I want you just to take your knees wide and you're going to sit down into a shell stretch. So for the shell stretch, you're going to bring your bum down by your side, forehead down onto the floor. Bring your hands down by your side for child's pose. Relax your shoulders around you. Walk your hands back in front for shell stretch, dropping your chest down. And then we're going to take it up into a little puppy dog on your forearms, tailbone out, forehead down in between your forearms. Hold it here. Move it back again through shell, bum onto your heels, and then unravel, uncurl. Roll all the way back up and out, restacking your vertebrae one at a time. So your head, neck, and shoulders come out. Then we're going to take it into long sitting. So Romy's going to show you how this looks on a block. So you're going to pop that block, if you're using one, underneath your bottom. I'm going to try not to use one, but I may well need one too. So we know we need one if we can't create a flat back in this position. So if our hamstrings are quite tight, we're going to fall down. We're going to be in a little slouched lumbar spine. I want you to start at least right up on your sit bones in a neutral spine. Perfect. And then your ribs need to be over the top of your pelvis. Well done. All right, so that's the starting position. Arms are up. Now I'm going to let you fall back off your sit bones, and I'm going to get you to work your back muscles and come all the way back up onto your sit bones without the ribs flaring forwards. And then tuck under, that's your challenge, just here. So you're working on the lower back muscles, these muscles which lift the sacrum up, and then the lower belly which pulls the tailbone underneath you. Work, alternate between the lower back muscles to rise up, and the belly muscles to tuck under. Right up onto your sit bones and tuck. Small little movements. And then we're going to bring in the arms. Breathe in, tuck under. Breathe out, rise up, right up, right up. Ribs stay in. Breathe in, come down. Arms drop down. Breathe out, rise up, overhead arms, point your toes. Breathe in, come down. Breathe out, rise up. Breathe in, come down. So you're trying to work those rods of muscles which run up your spine. They keep your shoulder blades down, they keep your tail out. And they're going to support your growing bump. One more in each direction. Stay up on your sit bones, bend your elbows, give you that little prayer. So pushing your palms together right up on your sit bones, you're going to twist round to the left-hand side. Look out across your left shoulder and then bring it back through the middle. Breathe out, take it round to the right-hand side, like out across the right shoulder. Breathe in, back into the middle. The whole while working right up onto your sit bones. Back to center. And again. So even just holding this position is going to help you stretch down the back of your legs. And you are working on the lower tummy and the belly to keep you here. Once more in each direction, breathing out. Breathing in. Last one. And release. So now you're going to make it all the way over into all fours. So slowly roll all the way over. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. From here, you're going to drop down onto your forearms. So if it gets tight through your upper body, you can make two fists like you're doing at hot potato and rest your forehead on your fists. Otherwise, work on the frame in the upper body and have your forearms in parallel, your chin tucked down. This next little sequence is going to be all on the left side. Just stay with the left for me. Find your pelvis neutral, so you don't want your tail out too far or too tucked under. Just a nice flat back from the crown of your head to your tail. Breathe out and the left leg is going to kick up from the hip. Keeping the knee bent, the leg is going to come back down. Breath in. Breathe out, you're going to take it up. Breathe in, come back down. So all of that hip opening we've done, we're going to use it now. We've created space through your hip flexor. And now we're going to use our bottom and our hamstring muscles to keep it there. Breathe out and lift. Breathe in and lower. You want to look down and see if that right thigh bone stays vertical. Nothing else is moving, just the hip socket. Nice work. Point your toe, open up the hip. Try and keep everything else as still as can be. Next one, you're going to hold it up. You're going to hold it here. Imagine I've got your foot in my hand. Keep your foot still and just twist your knee open and close. So for clam, roll open and close. Roll open and close. So you're working on a different part of the bottom now. Those rotators around the hip. And we're going to try and open that knee as much as we can. Twisting from the hip like you're screwing the thigh bone into the socket. Breathe out, open, breathe in, close. Keep your spine long, and then with that length of your body, you've got your best chance of a deep core staying on. Last one, hold it here. Now you're going to give me some small little pulses. You're going to drop the knee down 1 inch, you're going to lift it up, then you're going to kick it down straight. Bend your knee heel to bum, drop it 1 inch, lift that inch, then kick it out straight. Bend your knee, drop 1 inch, lift, kick it out. So this is a real butt burner. If you're getting aches and pains in your lower back, it's often a sign that something else isn't doing its job. And more often than not, it's around the pelvis, because that is your keystone. That is the center for all your movement. So don't be afraid to work hard, even if there's some discomfort. It's burning. Little pulse, little lift, kick straight. I reckon we can do 2 more. Little drop, little lift, kick straight. Bend your knee and down. 1 more time. Lift, straight, bend and release. Bring it all the way down. Make those hot potatoes. Bring your forehead onto your fists. And I just want you to sway out your hips from side to side. Maybe even making a little C shape through your body, turning to look over your right shoulder as you bring your right butt cheek to meet your right shoulder, back into the middle, and take your left butt cheek over as you bring your gaze over the left shoulder. Straight into the other side. So your elbows underneath your shoulders, and the right hand side. So bending the knee, breathing out, kicking up towards the sky, breathing in, coming back down. You know what you've got to come now. Breathe out, lift, breathe in, lower. So take this slow one to just check your setup. Your arms are parallel. Your spine is long. Your ribs are scooped in. I'm going to glance down and make sure my left bum cheek doesn't give up. I'm going to keep my left thigh bone vertical to make sure that bum cheek keeps working. With every out breath, we've been training the pelvic floor to lift with the diaphragm. It might be conscious, you might need to do it and tell it to work. Give me 3 more and we take it into clam. One more time, taking it all the way up. We take a relatively simple exercise and we make it harder. Knee open and close. Knee open, close. Imagine I'm holding onto your foot, so your foot can't move. So you move your knee open instead. I'm checking the rest of my body isn't following. Elbows staying directly underneath my shoulders. Breathe out, open, in, close. Still got 6 to go, I'm afraid. Keep the leg up high. Now you're on your last 3. 2, 1. We're going to bring that leg down an inch, up an inch, kick it out straight. Hamstring curl, heel to bum, drop 1 inch, lift that inch and then kick it out straight. Squeeze that heel to bum like you're trying to crack a nut behind the knee. Drop, lift, kick, in, drop, lift, kick, in. Well done, guys. I know it works hard. This is your last little sequence to get that fire in the butt. Last chance to wake it all up. You only have 4 more now. Keep it going, just keep breathing. I don't mind how you sequence this. Rest whenever you need to. If you feel your form wobble, you can bring it down. Rest in child's pose. And somehow you've only got 1 left. Bring it down and take the weight all the way back towards your bum. Forehead to the mat, swing your arms back behind you and you can rest here in child's pose. I want your bum to sink down onto your heels, your shoulders just to fall around your body, and just tuck your chin underneath you as much as you can so your forehead rests down on the floor. To come out of there, I want you to lift your belly button off of your thigh first. Nice. Scoop all the way up, restacking your vertebrae one at a time. Shoulders coming out, head coming out last. Bring it up through your hands and knees. I want you to think about taking your tailbone out towards the sky as you bow your body down towards the floor. Untuck your tail, forehead rests down. Breathe out, belly lift, press back up. Breathe in, bow it down, tailbone out, forehead to the mat. Breathe out, bring it back up. We're going to make our way up into stand from there. So we're going to bow down from here, forehead down, tucking under the toes. And then from there, you're going to lift up your knees. You're going to walk your hands back and underneath you. And you're just going to pause in this deep crouch. So your pelvic floor gets a little bit of a stretch. We can't just work one muscle. We have to contract it and relax it. That's how we keep it strong. And then nice and slowly, you're going to press your heels down into the ground and just fold down here. Hold it nice and slow. There's no rush. Press the balls of your feet into the ground, your heels into the ground. Lift your toes. Rest your toes down gently. And then lift belly button in towards your spine. Unravel, uncurl, restack. 1 vertebra at a time. All the way back up. Unraveling, uncurling, shoulders back. And then you're just going to take your feet to the edges of your mat and you're going to do a standing cat-cow. So this is a nice one if you do get back pain that you can just do throughout your day. You're going to bend your knees, you're going to slide your hands down just above your knees. From here, I want you to stick your tailbone out, squeeze your shoulder blades down, stretch your throat. And then leaning onto your hands, you're going to scoot through belly, push your hips forwards, bring your chin onto your chest. Release back and away, tailbone out, leaning on your hands, shoulders down, chest open. And again, scoop underneath you, curling, curling, curling. And release all the way away. And then curl all the way up, hold it here. Straighten your legs, hang your hands down. And slowly, slower than you want to, restack, unravel, uncurl. Come all the way up and out. Roll your shoulders up, back, down your back. And let your head float off your shoulders like it's full of helium. Good work. Trimester 1 to treat is done. Good work, Romy.